Welcome to the Trading Lounge and the Day Ahead Report, and here we're looking at the S&P 500 on a 20-minute chart. And as you know, yesterday we were looking for, we had this move down, I think around about here anyway, but we're looking for a three-wave swing, and we've got that now in terms of an A and a B and a C here for this little wave 2 here. So because we were chasing those 5 waves up through here, this 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, then we've got our ABC here. So this is a normal thing that's occurring across a particular level in 520 at this stage. So 20, so we've got 10, 20 and 30 here. Once we do get support on top of the 30, which is also group 1, 1, 2 and 3 is group 1, so a good solid support on that actually detaches psychologically the thinking of the closest largest number, the 1500 here. So any move up through here would help the Dow Jones lift up through this is a daily chart here for the Dow Jones on the 14,000 here. It's, as you can see, it's having a lot of problems here. We don't really expect it to go that far either. We can see that the extension in wave 3 here is not that powerful, and it's going to spend some time at the 14,000 here. And you also know too the 14,000 sort of 200 area is the old 2007 highs. So it's going to be under a lot of pressure there. So yeah, not a lot of distance in that one. But within that, just having a closer look at that in here, I know this looks a little bit messy, but on the cash market, it's got quite a clear 5-wave structure here. This is the futures and the well, it is the cash market as such, but because in the off hours it works with the futures market, you get that extra time in there. But so it's very difficult to count 5-wave structure in through here, but it's basically wave 1 in here, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4 and wave 5. But you'll see that on the cash market more so, and we're looking for an ABC coming back through here, so that seems to be in place now. So we should see a move up through here. The flip side of this, we were looking for the US dollar to push down through 80. That's not the case. It's going to make another high, and we'll look at that in a moment. So we don't have that on our side at the moment, but the S&P 500 chart that we just looked at has got quite a clear situation to the upside. And if I just find that again, that chart, the good news with when using Elliott is that we've got this 3-wave structure here, so this high should be taken out here. It's sort of simple as that, really. But within this moving up through here as well, and I'll just go back over this because that would be up for 1 and back for 2. The 3rd wave will be into here or into here, or that's probably the 5th wave moving in through to here. So once this completes in here, there will be some sort of A, B and C here as well. And once that's completed, then you look for the long trade to the upside. Okay. However, you don't want to miss a move to the upside if it just continues to go, which is not the normal sort of process, but it certainly can happen. Then you would look for support, a solid retested support on top of this is also group 1 of the next smaller degree down, 1, 2 and 3 here, 15, 23. So you look for support on that there. Yeah. So the European markets, this particular wave count that we were looking here, the FTSE's stronger than the DAX at the moment, and once again we were looking at this 3-wave correction through here, and we're looking for this to push up. We hadn't confirmed that we're going to get an impulse wave, but simply we know that from that 3-wave price action here, we will eventually make a new high from here. I just didn't know if we were going to make this as an A wave and a B wave to here, and then a C wave to here, and then push up through here. Now this can still be a B wave up through here as well in terms of an ABC for the A wave, a B wave and a C wave here. That can still be the case here, but it does have the personality of a third wave moving up through here, so it'd be up for 1 and back for 2, and then the third wave being the longest and the strongest always, well in most cases, so up for 1, back for 2, 3, 4 and 5 for the top of the third, the fourth wave pulling back through, so it really needs to find support here, should make one more new high above here, and then see a larger correction unfold back into here, retesting that again through here before we see any further upside. So but if this 63 here, if you're trading this, then you'll be looking for support on group 1, so 10, 20 and 30, 63, 30, so you're looking for really good support on that. If tested support is found, then you'll get to the midpoint, the 63.50, and so on. The Australian market, if I've got a bigger chart here, let's have a look. Okay, this is the one we've been working with here. So we're looking for this wave 4 here, and looking for wave 5 to move up through here. So we're looking at this here. So it's pretty much we've got up for wave. We'll pull this apart here and have a bit of a look at that, because we're quite near a top here at the moment. So this is starting. It's a 20-minute chart, and just starting from this last low here at the sort of 4,900 here. So we can sort of count the waves up. We've got wave 1, wave 2. We've got little 5 waves in here for wave 3, wave 4, and that wave 4 could also go here, but it also counts quite well here, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 here for wave 1. So basically we've got 5 waves up for wave 1, we've got wave 2 coming back to here, wave 3 would be the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4 and the 5 to here, which would make the top of wave 3, and we were looking at this being a wave 4 through here, so an A and a B and a C here for wave 4. And then we're looking at wave 5 going up. So it counts reasonably well here, the 1, the 2, the 3, A, B and C for the 4th here, and up for the 5th. Now, in saying that, this wave 4 could actually go here, and it does count well from here as well. So we could have a 1, a 2, a 3, back for 4, and then up for 5 here, and then roll over from that point. I don't think that's the case though, but when we look at this through here, it does appear that we've got a little 5-wave structure down here, so a 3-wave structure for wave B, and then down for wave C here. However, if I'm wrong, then we need to trade what we see, and having support on top of this group 1 here, the 10, the 20 and 30, it needs to pop its head up through here and come back and test it, and work across here and actually sit on there. And if that can sit on there quite nicely, then you can glean a small position on. I like to, if you sort of just splitting hairs here a little bit, obviously this is group 1 here, the 50-30, but also 30, 1, 2 and 3 here would also be a next group 1 of the next smaller degree down. So 50-33 is always a nice little number to work off as well, looking to add on top of 35, and use the numbers within that degree there, that micro degree. So that's there. Now, because the S&P 500 is pushing up, well then that's there. We know BHP in the US is up. Rio had their reporting last night in the UK. They didn't lose as much as they expected to lose. So they, as analysts predicted, so BHP was up on that side. It's important because the commodities, base metals, were softer overnight. All right, let's have a look at those guys. Okay, the copper market here. Well, you kind of know where we are with this, and obviously this influences the materials sector, and we're looking for wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4 coming back. Wave 4 is always complicated most of the time, especially when wave 2 is simple and sharp. Then wave 4 will be sideways and complex, but we didn't really have a very strong extended third wave here. Yes, we did. It was, it's larger than wave 1 here, so we have to class it like that. So we still have to expect a complicated wave 4 here, but at this stage it seems reasonably simple in terms of an A and a B and a C here for wave 4. This would be wave 1 to the upside, wave 2 back to here, and then we need to see it push up through here. I'm also mindful though, you always need to have a look at both sides in the market when using Elliott, and we do have 5 waves down, 3 waves back up, 5 waves down here, and this here, well, it counts okay as a 5, so it doesn't look like a 3-wave price action, but we need to be mindful of it. We can see that there is resistance through this level through here, so that's what's sort of holding that down there. So there is some, there is pressure there. We know that if the 72 gets broken, then that's the first sign of weakness. Taking this low out here of the C wave definitely is this sort of this here is definitely a sign of weakness. Then we'd certainly see more downside come from that point there. So we really need that low to stick in place there. That's 372 or 371.72 would be a nice place as well. So we're just we're expecting it to go up, but we need to see some new highs here made and a breaking of this trend line through here, which is probably the case because when we look at BHP, I know that the reporting season's on here, and this is a daily chart for US BHP, and you know that we were considering this being the long third wave to the upside here. I just thought I would label this because we're always talking about it. From here we were looking at the A, the B, and the C from here, and that's completed. Look, we'll see the first high above the level once that occurs. Once with the trading levels classic pattern, it's pretty much the arrival, the reaction, the support, the first high above the level, and then an A and a B and a C across the level. Then we look for support, and then to the upside if that's going to be the case. So that's all pretty rosy there. Obviously the precious metals are in a different situation. So just having a look at gold here. Just it's on a 15-minute chart here. If you've been tracking this, you'll know that the 1650 is the medium level here. We were looking for this to become the retested resistance. That's unfolding nicely. It does seem silver is sort of leading the way down a little bit. However, as this market moves down here, we're looking for support on the 1630 there. So look, there'll be orders on this is all group from 1600 here. This is all group 1, 10, 20, and 30. Okay, so these are where the large orders are going to be sitting. So we don't normally short down into group 1 through here. So you'll just need to be careful about this, but do expect a bounce off the 1630. So covering into that would be, covering a percentage of that. Also, too, if I just look at silver for a moment, we know that this is the major trading level here, 30. So we can expect a bounce off that. Sure, it might, this will also have 10, 20, and 30 in here where the bouncing is going to be beginning as well. So they'll have the orders in their group 1 in there, subgroup 1. So we can expect some, to slow the trend down, but we should see a series of 4th and 5th waves moving down through here. So you can look to cover in that a little bit. If you've been short in this market, then that would be the place to just naturally to cover there. Okay, the oil market. Okay, so this is a 4-hour chart here. We'll talk about this sort of yesterday in the bigger picture, but look, what we're looking for here is we've got the top of wave 3 here. We're looking for the wave A down here, and then the B wave is always in 3 waves. So we're looking at this in terms of an A and a B and a C here, and that works out nicely. So now would be from the B wave here, we're looking at the C wave for wave 4, and the C wave's always in 5 waves as well. So we'll be looking down for 1, an A and a B and a C for 2 here, retesting the high here at 97.69, which is really in the subgroup 2 area, isn't it? So we'd be looking at 97.65, 97.72, and 97.80 there. So that sort of fail at that point. So look, if we get a nice sharp move down here, perhaps short the retest of 97 there if the retest fails at that point. So You just got to be a little bit sort of careful, because this move here is, 5 waves. This move down through here is actually in an A and a B, and we could count that as a C in here, so we could have up for 1 and back for 2 and up for 3 here. But we don't want to go long until we've got the 98 as support, or we've got it back down here somewhere, so we're in sort of no man's land. So the bias is to short, but we want to be under this particular number here. And see, oil also follows stock as well, so if we're seeing the S&P 500 push up, then it's kind of in line with that as well. So it's got to be a little bit careful about that. Rightio. Let's have a look at FX. Okay, starting with the US dollar here, we were expecting this to move down from the 80.50, as you know, have a bounce here and then move down and lock under the 80 here and then continue to move down. Obviously, that's not the case, so we need to rework the wave count. There was just a bit of news coming out of Europe last night that set the market in a particular direction. So we're still looking for a top of this market through here, but we need to run with this as well. So we need to run with this in terms of up for 1, back for 2, little third wave here, fourth wave and a fifth wave through to here to create another new high. Just to have a look at the bigger picture here, just from this last low here, there's different ways to count all these sort of wave structures, and in this day head report we go through those, and so the structure that can be counted here is the 1, the 2, and then the third wave here, which would have 5 waves in it, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then the fourth wave and the fifth wave here. So we're looking the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the fifth of the C, for the C wave here. So in the bigger picture on the daily, I'll just go to the trading levels charting program because it's a little bit sort of easier here. It's got the continuation data here. So on the daily chart here, we know that this is corrective because we've got this 3-wave structure here. So this can be counted as a bit of a triangle, but also like to see it as just a simple sort of, well, complex ABC really as well, in terms of an A wave in 3 waves, the B wave here in basically in 3 waves as well, and then that would leave the C wave here in 5 waves to the upside here, looking probably covering this little gap in here that hasn't been sort of covered in here. So that little move up there into the 81 sort of area, and then looking at it to fold over from that area there. So that's what we're sort of looking for, that in the bigger picture. So yeah, look, I mean, once this sort of does get under here, then that's just going to strengthen the other markets, but that's sort of where we are at the moment with that. So just another little push up through here. The euro would be doing the mirror opposite as well. So what we were looking for here yesterday, we were looking for this to be an A and a B and a C wave down to this point here, then up for wave 1 and back for wave 2, and then looking for the third wave to move on through there and finding support on the 135 is kind of what we were looking for for the trade setup. However, that hasn't eventuated, so we also need to rework this wave count as well. And as you can see here, we've got a bit of trend line support coming in around this little area here. So we need to look at this in basically 3 waves for the A, the B wave and the C wave here. Now this C wave here would have 5 waves in it, so we can go in and count that, but basically we'd be looking for it to come down into the 133 area here, then push off, because that little move down through here in 5 waves is not quite complete yet. So when we look at that on a smaller 1-hour chart here, we've got down for 1 and back for 2, down for 3, and this is the wave 4 going back, and then we should see a wave 5 coming down. So the wave 4 pulls back to 38.2% of the of wave 2 here, so that would leave us in around these supply levels here around the 133.72 area there. So we should be just on the 3-minute chart here, just looking at that there. I mean, it could fail anywhere in through here, but just having a closer look at this situation. So basically down for 1, back for 2 here. And then we've got the third wave, which is the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4, and the extension in the 5 here. So we can pretty much take this here, this, whoops, wrong tool here, this for the 38.2 retracement level, coming in here around this sort of group 2 here where the supply actually starts in here, but that can just fail anywhere in amongst all of those levels there, so just keep an eye on that. But it should run with the S&P 500. You would be looking for this in terms of some type of A wave, a B wave, and a C wave up here in 5 waves, so that's how you'd be viewing that that situation here. So basically the 1, the 2, then this is all part of 1, 2, 3, 4. This is probably all the third wave. Oh, there'll still be the third wave, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's probably just the third wave here. So, you know, if this moves, it'll obviously have some sort of reaction here and move up through here. But if it locks itself under here, and then perhaps under the, if it does fail in this area here, you can use the 133.40 to look for the short positions as a retest there to move further down through there, or the 45 as well. The Australian market is sort of pretty much on track here. As you know, we were looking for this to be the A wave up here, and we're looking for a B wave back, and then a C wave moving further up through there. I've got that on a smaller chart here as well. So this is really the B wave unfolding through here as such. So it's just sideways and complicated, so it can come down further. The trade is not here just yet within this, so just having another look here on a larger time frame here. So it certainly looks, it feels positive, so it's probably further upside to this to go. So you'd need really solid support on this number here, on the midpoint here. It's not there yet. It's fading at this this area here, and that's creating the B wave. It's just a little bit complex, so I'd just sort of leave it. I'd just sort of leave it for the time being. But I would take the trade from the 103.50 here. That means that it needs to be tested. You can see that it's still swinging across here. It's not actually. It hasn't actually developed support here, and it hasn't developed resistance just yet. So that's something that will come. You just need to allow that to play out there, but keep in mind the copper price and also the S&P 500. Alrighty, well that's it. So yes, so not a lot of moves in any markets as such. The gold and silver has been the best to the downside, and the stocks are you know, the major indices are sort of all at their at large numbers, or the Dow at the 14,000, our local market at the 5,000. So yeah, I mean, obviously individual stocks are going to be running, and they are reporting. So you really need to be sort of clear on that. You know, if you want to take the risk on the reporting season, then there's plenty there to be had. Alrighty, well, good morning, good luck, and enjoy the weekend. Cheers.